right, so this is part 3, and this is where I want to talk about the obstacles that I've faced since being a vegan or following a whole plant-based diet. And like I said in part 1, there's been plenty of times where I've thought about going back to eat meat. And you have a lot of people that cut out meat and they're pretty much disgusted by meat. And they'll probably never go back. But to me, meat doesn't disgust me. Like if I'm driving down the highway and I pass up a Popeyes or a McDonald's or Burger King and I smell that food, it still smells good to me. And I'm pretty sure that if I was to ever go back to eating meat, it's still gonna taste good. So like meat, none of that stuff disgusts me at all. So it is something that I fight daily. But I think the biggest obstacle that I face, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, a lot of people become vegans because they want to lose weight. But to be completely honest, ever since I cut out meats, I'm not as lean as I used to be. From the age of probably 16 or 17 to 25, my weight pretty much fluctuated from 145 at the lowest to probably 155 at the highest. And I usually was at 150. And I was really lean. If y'all seen my old videos and my Instagram page, I was really lean, shredded year round, no problem. But once I cut meats out, I'm not as lean as I was. And my weight right now pretty much stays close to 160 pounds. So I didn't lose weight when I cut out meat. I actually gained weight. And I think it's because I'm eating more calories. I'm eating more often. And I eat so much fruit. You know what I'm saying? And I've been just kind of looking back at how I used to eat. And I don't know. I think because when I was eating meats, the meats that I was eating was usually like fish, like salmon, tilapia, or chicken breast, which is very little. It has very little calories in that. And so going from that to replacing it with like beans and lentils, even though that's going to be a healthier food item compared to chicken and fish, it has more calories. When you go weight for weight, like 3 ounces of beans compared to 3 ounces of tilapia, the beans are going to have more calories. And I don't just eat one serving. And I think, and that's really played psychological games on me. And most people probably don't even notice a difference between me from right now and how I used to be, but I notice it. And that's probably been one of the biggest catalysts of why I've thought about eating meat again, because I wanted to get back shredded. And that's something that I'm still going through. I've been trying to figure out ways in which I can kind of cut down my calories, but keep my protein levels in an adequate range to maintain my muscle mass. But it's a struggle that I'm going through. I definitely deal with food addiction. That's another thing. But I don't eat the wrong type of foods. I just eat a lot of fruit. And when I say a lot of fruit, it's nothing for me to eat 2 bags of grapes or a bag of apples in one day. And I think that's another thing that's contributing to my weight being a little higher than it used to be. And because I guess the meat and that protein was actually satiating, it kind of curbed my appetite. And once I cut that out, I guess I'm just more hungry often. And like I said, it's something that I'm continuing to work on. I'm definitely not perfect, but I have not went back to eating meat. It's pretty much mental. I think once I can kind of get the grasp of it and cut out certain foods, if I can cut out a food from my diet in 3 days, if I can go 3 days without eating something, I'm pretty much got a hang of it. But like I said, I think that's probably the main obstacle that I faced while being on this diet. Just not being as lean as I used to be. And it's kind of discouraging looking back at my old pictures and being like, man, I didn't realize how lean I was until I really look back at it and be like, man, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could get back to that level. But I know it's possible. I just got to be mentally tough and try to cut back on the fruits. And I've been eating more tofu, which is a leaner protein source, and I'm going to see how that is. And so this is the end of the series. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. And y'all have a nice day.